Parkie the Park Ranger.
And my name's Squeakers.
We read the Bible and we help each other.
So explore with us.
Today's the day.
Let's see what the Bible has to say.
Hey everybody, my name's Parkie the Park Ranger.
And I'm Squeakers the Squirrel.
And we are so excited that you're here to help us tell another story from the Bible.
And our takeaway for today is...
Whoa, Squeakers. What are you doing?
I'm telling the folks at home the ending of our story. It's the best part.
But Squeakers, you can't rush to the end. They don't even know what our story is about today.
But that's the best part, Parkie. I want them to be able to hear the best part first.
I know, and I know you're excited. I am too, but sometimes if we rush things and we're impatient and we don't wait, we can miss out on the best part.
I guess you have a point. Okay, I guess. Do you guys at home want to help us with our story for today? Hooray!
Yay!
All right, Parkie, let's check out our clues.
Let's do it. Let's see. Now, what is our first clue?
Oh, I know what this is. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
Well, Squeakers, I do like that song, and you're right, this is a cow, but Old MacDonald's not from the Bible.
Oh, so it's just a cow?
That's right. Our clue is a cow.
Okay, I get that.
Let's take a look at our second clue now. Ooh, you may recognize this.
Whoa. I remember that. Folks at home, this is not a funny-looking tree.
Nope.
That's what I thought last week. It's actually a staff.
That's right. And if you remember, whose staff could this be?
My boy Moses.
That's right. This is Moses' staff. So we've got a cow, we've got Moses' staff, and let's see what our third clue is.
Whoa, I'm struggling.
Oh,
Whoa.
that's heavy.
Oh.
Wow, what is this, Squeakers?
Well, it appears to be a heavy rock with a bunch of writing on it.
Well, you're not wrong. It definitely is a heavy rock with a lot of writing, but these are the 10 Commandments.
No, the 10 Commandments.
That's right.
Now, what are those?
Well, that's a great question. You see, God told Moses the 10 Commandments that he had to write down on some stone for the Israelites to follow.
Oh, so they're like rules.
That's right. It's 10 different rules.
Okay, cool. So we've got the 10 Commandments.
That's right.
We've got the staff.
That's right.
And we've got the cow. Moo.
So what story could this be?
What about the story of Moses and the 10 Commandments?
You're exactly right, Squeakers.
Hooray!
That's our story for today. Now, if you guys tuned in last week, you might remember that we left Moses after parting the Red Sea and defeating all of the Egyptians.
Whew.
Well, it was now Moses' job to lead all those Israelites to the Promised Land.
The Promised Land.
That's right. And the Israelites had no idea where it was. Only God was going to instruct Moses on where to lead them to get to the Promised Land.
Parkie, what's the Promised Land?
Oh, well, actually, Squeakers, that's a great question. The Promised Land was a place just designed for the Israelites where they could make a home of their own and be safe.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it was a land of their own.
That's exactly right. And here's the thing. They had to trust Moses to lead them to the right place because they had no idea where they were going. Well, on their journey, they were traveling, and you can imagine, those Israelites got hungry. I mean, I get hungry all the time.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Right, and sometimes when we get hungry, we can become impatient and frustrated because we want food and we want it now.
Yeah, that's me.
Well, that's exactly what happened to the Israelites. They ran up to Moses and they said, Moses, we're hungry. We want food now. And they became impatient. Well, you would think they would be grateful and thankful that God was protecting them and watching over them, but they just wanted food and they wanted it now. Well, you know what God did?
What did he do?
He heard their cries and he heard Moses' prayer. And so he sent them manna, which was basically bread. It was a word they used for bread back in that time. And then at nighttime, when it was time for dinner, he would send a quail, a little bird, to bring them meat for dinner.
Oh, wow, so God heard their prayers.
That's exactly right. And you would think they would see this as a sign that God would always provide for them, right? I mean, this is amazing. Well, They began to travel and travel some more, and they became impatient again.
Again?
That's right. They came to Moses and they said, Moses, Moses, we're thirsty and we want water now. And look, we all get thirsty sometimes, but they were really impatient. So Moses didn't know what to do. He looked around. He didn't see any water for them to drink until he heard God tell him, take your staff and hit a rock. Hi-ya! And when he did, water sprung out of the rock. The Israelites were amazed. They began to drink the water and they became happy again. Well, they continued to travel and journey through the wilderness to the promised land when God told Moses, there's going to be a mountain called Mount Sinai.
Mount Sinai.
That's right. And I want you to walk up on top of that mountain and I'm going to speak to you there, Moses. Well, they came across the mountain. And Moses, before he went up onto the mountain, went to his younger brother, Aaron, who was with all the Israelites. And you see, Aaron was a high priest, so Moses thought, I can trust Aaron, right?
Right.
He told Aaron, look over the Israelites and watch them for just a few minutes until I get back. So that was it. Moses walked up on top of the mountain, but while he was away, the Israelites, guess what?
What?
Became impatient again.
Oh.
They did not like to wait. So you know what they said?
What'd they say?
Moses, Moses, we don't want to wait. Hurry up already. But Moses didn't come down. He couldn't hear them. He was busy talking to God. So you know what they did?
What'd they do?
They went to Aaron, who was in charge at the time, and they said, Aaron, Aaron, Moses is taking too long. Will you make us a God to worship?
What?
Can you believe that?
That is despicable.
After everything God did for them, that is despicable. God sent 10 plagues to rescue them from Egypt. God parted the Red Sea. God provided their food and their water.
Yeah.
And it still wasn't enough for them. Well, you know what Aaron did?
What'd he do?
He looked around and he saw all this gold that they had with them. And he made a gold cow, and they began to worship this gold cow.
What? Why would they worship a gold cow and not the God that was with them throughout the whole time?
Because they were too impatient. They didn't want to wait for God. So they began to worship this golden cow. They were partying and dancing.
Whoa. So what happened when Moses found out?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. You see, while all this was happening, Moses was on top of the mountain talking to God. And if you remember our clues, this is where the 10 Commandments come in. God told Moses the 10 Commandments, which were rules for the Israelites to follow. And Moses was busy writing them. He was so excited to go share these brand new commandments with all of the Israelites. Well, he comes running down the mountain and he sees them worshiping a golden cow. And he gets so angry and so upset, rightfully so.
I would too.
Yeah, and he throws the 10 Commandments and they break and they bust in half on the ground. He was so furious. They were worshiping a golden cow. Well, here's the thing. The Israelites, there are consequences to your actions. And they were punished for being impatient. And that's what we can learn from our story today. Just like in the beginning, when we were so excited to get to this part, we didn't want to rush through all the things that were going to happen through our story. And so it's important that when we become impatient, that we wait on God's very best, because we can miss it sometimes if we don't want to wait.
Oh, that is such a good story, Parkie. Thank you so much for sharing it with me. And you're right. It was a lot better when I was patient and waited for the end.
That's exactly right. And I'm so glad you helped me tell this story today. And thank you guys for joining us.
You guys are the best, and we can't wait to see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.